Hello and Happy New Year, I suppose. This is all quite new and strange, isn't it? This is, you know, a car instead of trains on this channel, as it has been for the last 10 years, all trains. But anyway, little bit of an introductory video here for, you know, the changes I've done to the channel. So I suppose we should start from the start. Hi, I'm Stevie. This is my car, a 1976 Reliant Robin. Yes, this is a car channel with videos about cars now. So, how exactly did I get here? Well, I got here by car, but that's not what I mean. So, the first thing you need to know about me is basically, I am mad about cars. I'm also mad about trains. But yeah, what's important for this video is I'm mad about cars, which is why there's a car behind me. So, just over 10 years ago, when I was but a wee secondary school student, I set up a YouTube channel. I just posted videos on there that I did of just like trains and stuff, just like basically just compilation videos of trains going past, really, nothing fancy, no dialogue or anything like that. This went on for several years, during which time I developed some alright skills, I like to think, with camera and video editing software. Then, unfortunately, a few years ago, some complete and utter bastard decided to copyright strike pretty much my entire channel, because he was a bastard. And bearing in mind, all of my videos I'd filmed and edited and uploaded all myself. There wasn't any music in it or anything like that. It was all my own video that I'd filmed myself, my own content. But this bastard, absolute bastard, decided to try and copyright strike my entire channel. But yeah, so once it was all resolved, I ended up just setting all my videos as private, and just kind of didn't really do much with YouTube for a while. After a while, I decided to start uploading stuff again. So I kept all but one of my videos private. One of them though, one of my old videos, I did bring back to being public, that being a video of some chimneys being demolished, because I thought it was just too cool to not let people watch. Since then I've uploaded a few more videos, just more of those train videos, and one video from the Reliant Owners Club meet at Tamworth Castle back in September. But aside from that, not really been very active at all. These are basically just these videos I'm mentioning now are the ones that you can see on my channel. That just all the videos uploaded before this video are the ones I'm mentioning now, basically. So not many of them at all, just very long compilation videos of trains running, and same thing as I'd been doing for 10 years. Now, as well as having my own channel, I also film, edit and upload videos to the YouTube channel for the Fancop Miniature Railway, which is a little miniature railway that I'm involved at. I go down there and drive little trains around, it's very fun. And then I've also done a bit of filming and editing and uploading on my friend's channel, Retro Scythe, as well. That's actually car videos that I've done on there. I'll put links to these channels in the description, obviously. Yeah, so I like to think I've got some decent skills filming, editing, uploading, you know, YouTube stuff. But yeah, basically to summarise, I do YouTube and I've been doing it for quite a while. So as well as YouTube, I also have an Instagram page that I post car stuff on called Stevie's Cars, and basically this is just where I post all the stuff I do with this. And it's decently popular, I like to think. I think I've got just under 130 followers, but I've had reels get like thousands of views. I've got my most viewed reel has got over 9,000 views on it. So I like to think it's going well, you know. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, basically since I got into classic car ownership. So about just over 2 years, I think, maybe. So it's doing all right, I like to think. And basically I thought, you know what if I created a YouTube channel to go with the Instagram page? So obviously my YouTube channel was a bit dormant, as I've said, not really much going on with it. So I thought, why don't I do a little bit of a reboot of that, start doing car stuff on there to go with the Instagram. Got the idea from a few people I know or I hang out with at like classic car shows and stuff who do car stuff on YouTube. They all kind of gave me the idea, ooh, do YouTube car stuff. So here I am doing car stuff on YouTube. And for those of you who have been subscribed for like 10 years or, you know, however long it is that you've been subscribed for, and you're wondering, what the hell is all of this? Where's all the trains gone? I hate this. Ah! Fear not, my good sirs. There will still be train stuff. The videos that are already available, the ones that I've previously uploaded that are currently available, they'll stay viewable on the channel. You'll still be able to watch those. And every now and then I will upload the odd train video still, just when I do one, just because I've been doing it for 10 years, I'm not going to stop. Still interested in that sort of thing. It's just that this channel is now primarily going to be accompanying my Instagram page, which is primarily cars, so therefore the channel will primarily be cars. But there will still be train stuff, so do not worry. Those of you who have been subscribed for years and years and years because of the train stuff, there will still be train stuff. Have a sip of tea before I start talking. So, what exactly got me into cars in the first place? Well, like a lot of car people my age, it all started with 3 idiots and a tame racing driver. A very large part of my childhood was spent watching Top Gear. Proper Top Gear, proper old good Top Gear with Clarkson, Hammond and May. I loved it. I even visited the Top Gear bit at the Bewley Motor Museum back when that was a thing. Moving forward in time a bit, and at secondary school I made friends with some fellow weird autistic weirdos much like myself, and we very much bonded over our shared love of Top Gear. We'd even weave Top Gear quotes and references into our conversations. It was around this time that I watched a very famous episode of Top Gear where Jeremy Clarkson drives and subsequently rolls over a Reliant Robin. And for some reason, this made me decide that I liked those cars, and a terrible, terrible idea started to form in my head. Then, COVID happened. Secondary school got cut short a few months before my GCSEs, and I didn't see my friends for pretty much the entire rest of 2020. But we did stay in contact. We played video games online together, mainly Minecraft, and we recorded it and uploaded it to my friend's YouTube channel as well. So when we did eventually meet up again, it was almost as if nothing had actually happened, like we'd not just gone months and months without seeing each other. We were just straight back at it, being weird and autistic and doing our best Jeremy Clarkson voice while calling ourselves geniuses every time we had a really bad idea. Eventually, a terrible idea came about that would shape the future. This idea was that we were going to play with cars. Now, quickly rewind back to secondary school. I had just watched an episode of Top Gear from several years prior, in which Jeremy Clarkson drives and subsequently crashes a Reliant Robin. And from that moment forth, for some reason I decided I liked those cars and I wanted one. Now, being the weird autistic kid that I was and very much still am, I'm very much still a massive child despite now being 22 years old, I became completely obsessed, and that obsession never really went away. Fast forward to a few years ago, me and my friends are now playing about with this cheap shitbox that we bought off Facebook Marketplace, driving it to death, filming it all, uploading it to my friend's YouTube channel. And I had an brainwave. It occurred to me, I have a job, therefore I earn money, which I can spend. So I did something ridiculously stupid, and I bought myself a Reliant Robin. Now, it was not the Robin that you've seen already in this video, the blue one, Roxanne, I call that one, after the song by The Police. No, this one was the same year, so it was also a Mark I Robin as well. It was the same year, 1976, but it was the van model, or rather it was an estate, but with the windows panelled over to make it into a van. and it was in a simply horrendous state, much worse than I'd actually been led to believe it was in before I bought it as well. And the idea with this van was that me and my friend would restore it, film it all, upload it to his YouTube channel. And it was around this time that I also created my Instagram page and started posting progress updates on the Robin, on that Robin van onto the Instagram page. So that went on for a short while, and we realised that amongst other things we needed a whole new interior for this van. There's a cat here. Hello, cat. I'm going to edit you out. I don't want you in the video. That's it, good cat. So that went on for a short while, and we realised that amongst other things we needed a whole new interior for this van. So I bought another Robin. This time it was a 1995 Robin Mark II hatchback, which was missing its engine and gearbox and had no working electrics either, because someone had actually sawed through the wiring harness, so none of the electrics worked either. And this one we just stripped it of all the parts that we could possibly need, the whole of the interior and whatever other parts we could use off of it as well. And then the body shell from this Mark II Robin ended up being used for another project on my friend's YouTube channel. After a while we started to realise that this van was never going to get going again, not in my ownership anyway. It was just too big of a job. It was all just in such a terrible state. We couldn't get the engine to start. We had so much more to do with the bodywork than we'd expected. It was pretty bad. So, and quite frankly, we were losing motivation. So, in a move of utter stupidity, I bought another one. This one being the Mark I Saloon from 1976, the blue one, Roxanne, as I call it. And this one I was sold as a non-runner, but it was like 99% complete, pretty much completely original as well. And we did manage to get it to start pretty much immediately as soon as I got it as well. After we got it to start, we did various jobs on it, just trying to get everything working just enough that it would be vaguely roadworthy. And in July last year, we managed to get it actually on the road. So I took it to a few shows, well, like 2 shows in fact, and drove it around a little bit. But then at the end of July, the engine suffered a catastrophic failure. It threw a piston, I suppose, is what it did. One of the pistons, for some unknown reason, decided to shatter into about 1 million tiny little pieces. So that was that. And then it spent the rest of the summer and the autumn off the road. So with the engine exploding in the saloon, obviously suddenly it was such a massive job to get that going again. And basically I realised I just did not have the time or the energy or the money to try and get that going again, whilst also dealing with all the issues with trying to get the van going again. So it was at this point that I finally decided to just call it quits with the van and sell that. So put the van up for sale and then focused all of my time and energy on getting the saloon going again. So while it was off the road, I sourced a new engine and also a new gearbox, clutch and exhaust for it as well that came with the engine. And it was in December we finally managed to get it going again. Got it on the road and I just drove it around a little bit, make sure it was all good. And then I decided to do a little bit of a test to see how much I could use it, how far I could drive it before I had problems. So we did a little endurance run. In total I drove it that day about 144 miles. By the time I got bored, drove home, parked up, and I had had no issues on the entire run, 144 miles, and when I got home it was still perfect. And I thought, you know what, I can trust this car, it's not going to have any major issues. And since then I've basically just used it every single day, just for normal use really. So I have done a few little bits of work on it as well since getting it back on the road. So I've replaced the doors, because the original doors were in a terrible state. Fiberglass was all broken up, window frames were rusted out, and the winding mechanism was seized, and the handles and locks and everything didn't work. So I've taken those doors off, put the doors off of the 1995 one, the part stoner, onto there, and it seems to be all good at the moment with those. And I think that basically brings us up to now in terms of how I got interested in cars, and more specifically Reliant Robins. So that brings us up to now with all that, I suppose, yeah. So what exactly is my plans with this channel? Well, basically I'm just going to try and somewhat regularly-ish upload videos about the stuff I do with the Robin and other cars as well, that I may get my hands on, and just kind of see where it goes from there, really. And as I've said, I'm also, every now and then, if I do go out and film some trains, I'll probably upload that, just because I need somewhere to upload that sort of stuff. Although that's not very often that I do that at this point. And then, yeah, just kind of see where it goes. I haven't really got any proper sort of plan for this channel, just upload some videos and see what happens. Obviously, new name and logo to match the Instagram page, Stevie's Cars. The link for that and any other things I've mentioned in this video as well that I said there'll be links for, it'll all be in the description if you're interested in having a look. Please, at the very least, have a look at my Instagram page as well as this channel, because there's a lot more on there than there is on the channel at the moment as well, obviously. Anyway, I think that's basically everything that I wanted to cover in this little introductory video. So on that bombshell, it's time to end. Goodbye, I shall see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, please, please, please. I really, really need it, please. There's a big red button down there. It says subscribe right down there. Please, please press that, please. I really would like it if you pressed that. Goodbye.